Hey everyone, this is my Patreon-powered reaction to the second episode of Danshi Koukousei no Nichijou, or Daily Lives of High School Boys. And last episode was really good, really funny. And today we're going to be watching the second episode. Hopefully it is just as, if not more, good and funny. That's all I can really hope for. There's not really much point doing any recapping for episodes of the show because I'm sure it's mostly, if not entirely, episodic. So yeah, let's see what this episode has in tail for us. 3, 2, 1, play. Oh, indeed. High school boys and setting out on a quest. Video gaming are we gonna be doing? A quest to find the stick. We've done it, guys. Good job. Where's the reward? Oh, apparently that's a more valuable item than I thought. Well, you attempted to betray your friend and you were cut down. I think they're just going full-on shooting now. Well, you did take steps towards the stick and then grabbed it. It's still a beginner weapon. You want to get something better over time. What kind of game damages you for... I thought you were Hidanori. Someone's anti-fun. Okay. Uh... uh... Some people never learn. Why are we going home, guys? We heard you already. Oh, well, we've had a first encounter. Stab it with the right end this time. Well, you can technically run away from monsters, but I didn't think you could walk past them briskly. I guess that works too. You miss on the XP, though. He looks just like the last monster. A mid-boss is not a weapon. Well, he was a crappy mid-boss. uh, he's not dead yet, guys. Stab him again. Well, oh no! How are you gonna fight monsters now? Oh, apparently other people will get to use the weapon. Are they gonna roleplay too? Oh my god, they really are. I guess it's just a thing they all do. Oh no. Girl saw us being weird. How embarrassing. Let's just go home, guys. She didn't even say anything, and I guess she didn't need to. It would have been funny if she played along, but you know, I guess not. I don't think she actually cared as much as they probably think she did. I mean, sure, it's more middle school behavior than high school, but it still happens. So this is what our heroes do in their free time, just hang out in the room doing homework. But not busy destroying overlords or mid-bosses. We still haven't seen Ringo yet. Hopefully this episode. I know they're covering their eyes probably because of the bright light, but it looks like they're doing it to hide themselves from me. Hopefully we get more of her. I just want more girls in general, I guess is what I'm saying. Why is the one guy hiding behind his leg back there? Girls in convex mirrors, okay. So this is gonna involve girls. You know, an old one. Well, I don't know. She might just be Nago. A nice car, the job, a nice haircut, I don't know. Isn't it always? I don't think it's quite that simple. Well, yeah. I know. Yeah, I'm sure that totally happened. I think most people do that. Please put down the knife. Ooh, they actually got a pizza cut and everything. Talk about fancy. I think you should make yourself look more attractive. Then we might actually go for you. Why would you make her mad when she keeps holding weapons? Oh, taking the glasses off is a start. There's the convex mirror from the title. Oh wow, she does look a lot better. As wide as she can, eh? No response. She looked like she aged back 5 years. Pizza Le. I guess it's not the worst pizza place name I ever could think of, but it's close. Well, you got her to appear once, I'm sure you can do it again. They really mean to their sponsors. Power of friendship, okay. Sounds fitting. Oh, Sister Knee. What did he do to irritate her this time? Did he use her lotion? Oh, okay. I guess that's... We just ate them. One for each pair of panties stolen. Maybe you just lost them. Oh, you probably could have... Wow. You probably could have hid that better. But that's a bra, not panties, so... Yes. I mean, there could be more than one culprit, who knows? I guess there is more than one culprit, I guess that confirms that. You don't really need a good reason to steal a girl's underwear, it's pretty common. Is that the book reading girl back there? Yeah, power of friendship and all that. I like we have all the dramatic scenes in this spot. It means stealing them as well. Good man. Now that's true friendship right there. Exactly, I just said that. Indeed. Wow. You guys are the worst friends ever. Well, still probably be worth it. Especially if you're a masochist. Which I take him for. Oh god. She's a little bit scary though. Are you gonna get a good view at least? Well, I didn't, but he probably did. He's at a better angle than me. You have no right to complain. You're the bastard here. I didn't need to see that. That is not beautiful. Friendship might be beautiful, but that is not. Oh, so we're gonna get multiple segments with book clubbing girl. I'm okay with that. The wind again. It wouldn't be proper without the wind. Oh, it's a different person this time. How's it gonna go now? You don't talk crap about the wind. The wind is great. Well, is it really? I feel like if wind blew something away, it wasn't that important. Unless you're like a typhoon or something, a tornado. uh, It'd be funny if it's those lines because somebody told him about her books that she writes. Wow. I didn't see that coming, but... Oh, he thought it was her sister. Apparently not. I guess that's just something he talks to his sister about. Uh... What are you guys doing? Why not? Oh. Let's see more reason to leave, though. He'd love to help, but we have video games to play. Yeah, that's not fun. I don't want to. What are you, a girl or something? I understand, I just don't care. Oh, well that's not cool. Good word for it, actually. Anything to get out of actually doing the cleaning, eh? Finds a little bit to be distracted by. He looks like a principal, so... Yeah, give us a good reason, angry-looking principal. Well, I guess you can't help too much. Oh no, we're not gonna go for a... Okay. Wow. What if we ended up petitioning for like a couple months? Would the fast last that long after we wouldn't die? uh, don't listen to him, he's just full of it. Yes, you are. Yeah, neither would he have. Yeah, in other words, he's full of it, but we already knew that. Uh, childhood, huh? Brother, sister? Man, she is short. You, I mean, no, I mean pizza. Well, it's certainly not common. Usually brothers and sisters diverge at some point, kind of doing their own thing in their own circle of friends. Okay. I don't think we've seen any of her yet. We've seen her, though. I like her, even though she's a little bit violent. But yeah. I'm quite fond of anime where siblings do get along well. That's why I confused the other girl for you. Did he like that? I don't think he did. Did he? I don't think he did. I don't think you're big enough to reenact it now. I would love to see her try. Please do. Uh, okay, maybe I was proven wrong. Uh, yeah, the memories are coming back. I'm impressed you can do that. I mean, it would be kind of fun, I guess, but I can't believe we're getting more ghost stories. Were they traumatized enough from the last one? Getting some gray hair already, eh? Well, it happens. It was a little bit. Yeah, you're not gonna beat his centipede story. Karasawa, huh? That was the hat guy, right? Then you watch your face off? Ah! How do you even do that? But... okay. Not really that scary. Okay. Okay, so what's the guy I thought it was? What? Yeah, what did you see? You kind of skipped important parts. I mean, I've had to venture a guess. I would assume he was bald, but he didn't look bald in that shot there. So that's why I think it's not the case. And yeah, you can see some hair, so that can't be it. I'm not sure what's happening right now, but... run, Karasawa. Oh, okay. I probably should have seen that coming, actually. Is this the ED? I mean, it can't be the ED. The episode's nowhere near over. I mean, I could check. Oh my god, actually, it's a fairly close ending. But yeah, what are they even doing? not, not the best thing ever, but oh my god, Super Saiyan. Well, Saiyan in general. What is this play? Like a Halloween costume. You do not make a convincing trap. Get wrecked. Yeah, I think that's Ringo in the audience. We got a maid, we got a sailor uniform. The daily life of a princess. Oh, so we are gonna get girls now. Oh god, that is a nice mansion. We definitely took a step up here. Who is she? I mean, I don't know, but I said it's a different anime. Okay, Louise, but you shouldn't get in the habit of that. What a spoiled brat. Oh, you'll go one way or the other. Very creative, highly original. Well, that's an excuse you can only really use once. Yeah, he's not letting that go. That also wouldn't be a good reason to skip. Wow, I don't think she will want to use that one. And again, that wouldn't work. It's a little bit weird, but maybe. Well, try harder. Wow, that's not a good idea. Or you could just, go to school. And it came out. I guess we have a winner as far as excuses go. Don't worry, he'll just shove it back in. I didn't see that coming at all. I thought for sure he would try to put it back in or keep it or something, but no. So that was the second episode of Daily Lives of High School Boys. And we started off with a little bit of chuniness, some live-action role-playing, because they found a stick, and after he did, they wasted no time engaging in it, pretty much. And just, having fun, having a good time. Although apparently Tadakuni doesn't know how to equip the sword properly and took a lot of unnecessary damage as a result. I don't know why. I don't think any video game would allow you to improperly equip the sword. At least I've never seen one that would let you do that. But apparently he did, somehow. Because just this isn't a video game, so I guess you have the freedom to do that, I suppose. But yeah, they just kept rolling with that, having more people add to the party, even singing his own welcoming music. I guess I don't know the specific video game they're referencing here. I would assume Dragon Quest if I had to venture a guess, but I've never even played Dragon Quest, so wouldn't help either way. But pretty much, yeah, just I was gonna say battling monsters, but they didn't. They just kind of passed the one monster. And, well, I guess they battled the mid-boss, but there wasn't much of a battle. That ended pretty quickly. But yeah, eventually they left the stick behind and went to go get the missing bags. Then other people grabbed the stick and played with it. And they didn't. They were a bit more unlucky because they had a girl walk by as they were doing it. And then, I guess that happening is what allowed them to come back to reality and be like, okay, what we're doing is a little bit childish and embarrassing. Let's just stop this and walk away. A bit of a walk of shame there. But, you know, I wouldn't have done that. I would have just kept doing it just the whole time. And I would have even said, hey, girl, I want to join. You can be the princess. You could be damsel in distress that we have to save. What do you say? I probably wouldn't have actually done that, but I would have thought about it. On the second part, we found out that Tadakuni has a bit of a part-time job working at a pizza place. I think it was called Pizza Le or something. And he works with another guy and Nago, a girl. Now, when I first saw her, I thought she was older than she actually was. Thought she was like a working adult or whatever, but I realized fairly quickly that no, I think she's just another high school girl. She just looks a bit older. But, you know, when she actually took off the glasses and changed up herself, she was much prettier, you know, in that mirror, to the point where they very much missed that girl in the mirror and wish she would stick around more longer, but no, they can't be that lucky. Now, in the next scene, Tadakuni, his little sister, was upset because people have apparently been taking her underwear, which I guess that's a reasonable thing to be upset about, although she should probably get proof before she starts, you know, assaulting people. But of course, we know the truth that both Tadakuni, as well as, yeah, it was Hidenori, right? Yeah, Hidenori and Tadakuni both, you know, took it and was wearing it under their clothes, which Yoshitake realized he was going to be a good friend, and, you know, instead of ratting them out or whatever, he would join, and he grabbed the pair and put it on his head. Being pretty much a great friend, really demonstrating that power of friendship that you can have between guys. And unfortunately, the other two were not as good friends because they completely ratted him out to the point where he was like, no, they did it as well, which at that point, yeah, it's understandable that he would tell on them. And then they get angry at him for telling on them after they sold him out. So, yeah, screw you, Hidenori. You were a terrible friend. And Tadakuni was pretty bad as well. Oh, and I really liked how Yoshitake went to that the hill location at the sunset, because, you know, anytime something dramatic has to happen, you should go there for it. I just love that how it's always the same, like, time of day and everything when they go there, just because that's a very cliche setting, you know, that whole sunset thing, so I like that. Now, the next scene, we have Motoharu. He's an interesting character. He looks like very much like a delinquent, but he's not. I think he's even a member of the student council. But he went to the hill, and he saw a book reading girl, and he said a cool line, like everybody seems to say to him, with the exception of Tadakuni. So she got excited again. However, it was a bit awkward for him. He just kind of walked away without it saying anything else, and we found out the reason for that is because he mistook her for his sister, which she was not. However, she does look similar, but not, you know, it's not the same person. So he felt very embarrassed by that, so a bit of the shoes on the other foot, kind of, because last scene with her, she was one that was embarrassed because, you know, people found out about her writing those stories. But in this case, he was embarrassed because of the misunderstanding. Anyway, he met up with his sister, they started walking together, and we found out they have a pretty good relationship, they get along well, which is uncommon for siblings, at least in fiction. A lot of siblings in fiction don't get along too well. Like, you know, that's just a common thing. I think in anime, more so than a lot of other forms of media, siblings sometimes get along better. Especially with anime, you also have anime situations with siblings where one has like a crush on the other, you know, a sister complex or a brother complex. They do a lot of that as well. Sometimes it's mutual, but usually it's not. Of course, we did find out that although they get along well, it's pretty much for the reason that she's kind of a bully to him. Like when he was younger and he was not as big as she is. So he kind of doesn't want to go against her, I guess. Even though he's bigger than her now and could easily like overpower her if he wants to. That kind of conditioning as a child, I'm sure he's not going to, pretty much. So it's kind of, they have a good relationship, but in the sense that he's whipped, I guess, for lack of a better way to put it. So that kind of is the reveal we got with that. Scene after that we got was our characters just screwing around until, what was his name? I'll look it up real quick. Arasawa, he is also on the student council. He was talking to them about helping with this whole beautification thing, I think, cleaning up trash and all that. They don't want to do that because, you know, no one's excited about that notion of cleaning up trash and all that. So they looked at it, they found out about some 70-hour fasting thing, and clearly they realized this was a chance to, you know, change the subject to get out of it. So instead of doing that, they went to go argue with the principal about that. However, the principal only been there for like 2 or 3 years or whatever and did not know much about the origin of that, so he just was completely bullshitting them, talking out of his ass about all that, and eventually it was revealed that that was the case because the event that he was talking about was before the founding of the school, so therefore it could not have actually happened. So everybody did the typical falling over anime thing, and that's how that scene ended. And I realized I actually kind of combined those two scenes with the siblings in my head, but the scene after that is when we got into more detail about the relationship, and she actually ended up spinning him somehow, despite him being bigger than her. I guess the heel probably made it a bit easier, you know, assuming you can keep your balance, it makes it easier. And that's when some of the memories came back to him, so that was... Yeah, I talked about that before, and those were 2 different scenes that I kind of combined there. But anyway, after that, we went back to ghost stories, but they weren't really all that scary. You had Yoshitaka, I think it was, accidentally pick his nose, like, unintentionally and bleeding, but not bleeding too much. It really was not that scary of a story. I mean, it was fairly common stuff. But nothing's going to beat the centipede story that Tadakuni said last time. But once again, Tadakuni made up another fake story that they once again believed, and you had Kawahara just kind of run away, pretty much, from everyone, so yeah, I don't think there's any secret there. After that, we had a very weird scene where everyone was like on a stage doing a play while singing was occurring. I don't really understand what this was exactly. Like, it seemed like an ED. It does seem like an ED. I don't know. It's not really labeled as one at all, but it was near the end, and we only had one scene afterwards, which was a scene with completely different characters that we hadn't met before. But, I mean, the stage thing was, I mean, it was amusing. I don't know. It seemed very random and silly, which I guess is fitting for this show. But I guess I don't really have much to say on it beyond that. The scene we got after that, the final scene, was this one rich girl, an Ojo-sama character, and her butlers having their shenanigans. She didn't want to go to school, so she had them come up with an excuse for her to skip. She didn't like any of the excuses they were given. So they just kind of kept going back and forth with that, just continuously yelling at them. She's a very spoiled child. Definitely got that impression. Overall, that scene wasn't really all that funny, but the final joke with the tooth falling out and him running around chasing the other guys, you know, trying to touch them with it, as a kind of like, hey, this is gross, ha ha ha, I'm touching you with it. That made the whole scene worth it. That was really funny. I didn't have to come in the slightest. Like the tooth falling out itself was a little bit funny because of obviously that running joke. That itself was a little bit funny, but it became really funny once he started chasing the others with it. That was great. Because I did not think he would do that. I thought he would either put it back in her mouth or put it in his pocket. I'd be fine with either one of those, but no, he didn't do either one of those. He just chased the other butlers with the tooth. So yeah, that was really funny. Overall, I'd say it was another really good episode. I probably preferred the first episode. That one I thought was a little bit better than this one, but you know, still a good episode, still solid. Just I see we're doing some like running stuff with Ghost Story 2 and like Book Reading Girl 2, pretty much, and I don't mind getting more of the Book Girl scenes because those are always really enjoyable. But Ghost Story stuff, those aren't really quite as good, so I don't really want them to push that too much. That I feel like that would get old sooner than anything else. But yeah, overall, yeah, good episode. Thank you for watching, and thank you Cnouki, as well as everyone else, for doing what you can to support the channel. It means a lot to me, and I hope we can continue to grow the channel together. If you want to do more to support the channel, then you can become a patron on my Patreon and get cool rewards like early access to certain videos. Have a good one.